Last Tuesday, a customer came into my shop panicking about his 2020 Honda Accord. The check engine light was on, the transmission was shifting rough, and his fuel economy had dropped by 4 miles per gallon overnight. He'd already been to another shop that quoted him $800 for a transmission service and computer reprogramming. I plugged in my scan tool, checked the codes, and smiled. "Give me 2 minutes," I told him. I disconnected the battery for exactly 90 seconds, reconnected it, and cleared the codes. Then I took the car for a 10-minute drive. The transmission shifted perfectly. The check engine light stayed off. Fuel economy returned to normal. Everything was fine. The problem? His car's computer had stored bad adaptive data after he'd run the tank almost completely empty, then refilled with a different grade of gas. The computer was confused, throwing codes and shifting poorly, trying to compensate. A simple reset fixed everything. No parts, no labor, just knowledge. Here's what most people don't realize. Modern Japanese cars have dozens of computer systems constantly learning and adapting to your driving habits. But sometimes these systems get confused, store bad data, or just glitch out. When that happens, you get warning lights, rough shifts, poor performance, and dealerships that want to charge you thousands for repairs you don't need. I've been wrenching on Japanese cars for 19 years, and I've learned every reset procedure that Toyota, Honda, Mazda, Subaru, and Nissan don't advertise. These are free fixes that solve real problems. In this video, I'm revealing 8 free Japanese car resets that fix 97% of common problems. No tools required for most of them, just button combinations and procedures that manufacturers bury in service manuals. Let's get into it. Reset number 1. The full computer. Reset. Battery disconnect method. This is the most powerful reset you can do, and it fixes more problems than any other single procedure. It clears all adaptive memory, resets learned driving patterns, and forces every computer module to start fresh. Here's what this reset fixes: rough or delayed transmission shifts, hard starting or rough idle, poor fuel economy, random check engine lights that won't stay off, sticky throttle response, climate control issues, weird electrical gremlins. How to do it: turn off the engine completely, pop the hood and locate the battery, loosen the negative terminal clamp, marked with a minus sign, using a 10mm wrench. Pull the cable off the battery post and let it hang free. Make sure it doesn't touch any metal. Wait exactly 90 seconds, not 30 seconds, not 2 minutes, exactly 90 seconds. This gives the capacitors in the computer modules time to fully discharge. While you're waiting, press the brake pedal a few times. This helps drain residual power from the system. After 90 seconds, reconnect the negative cable to the battery terminal and tighten it securely. Now here's the important part. Drive the car normally for about 20 minutes without stopping. Highway driving is ideal. This allows the computer to relearn your driving style and build fresh adaptive data. What this reset does: the ECU forgets old fuel trim values and oxygen sensor adjustments. The transmission control module forgets shift points and clutch engagement patterns. The throttle position sensor recalibrates to your driving style. All trouble codes that weren't legitimate failures get cleared. When to use this reset: after replacing your battery, after disconnecting any sensors or modules for service, when transmission shifts feel weird but nothing is mechanically wrong, when your car suddenly starts running rough for no apparent reason, before paying a shop to diagnose vague drivability issues. This reset has saved my customers thousands of dollars. I've seen it fix transmission problems that other shops diagnosed as needing a $4,000 rebuild. Warning: this reset will erase your radio presets, clock settings, and power window auto up/down programming. Also, some newer vehicles have battery management systems that get angry if you disconnect the battery. Check your owner's manual first. Reset number 2. Throttle body relearn. The 30-second fix for sluggish acceleration. If your Japanese car feels sluggish when you press the gas, or the throttle response seems laggy, you probably need a throttle body relearn. Here's what this fixes: delayed throttle response, engine hesitation when accelerating, rough or high idle, check engine light codes related to throttle position. How to do it: make sure the car is completely warmed up. Drive it for at least 10 minutes before attempting this reset. Park on level ground and turn off all accessories. No AC, no radio, no heated seats. Turn the ignition to on without starting the engine. If you have push-button start, press it twice without touching the brake pedal. Wait exactly 30 seconds. Don't touch anything. After 30 seconds, turn off the ignition completely. Wait another 30 seconds with everything off. Start the engine and let it idle for 1 minute without touching the gas pedal. Turn off the engine, then start it again and drive normally. For Honda and Acura models, there's an alternate method. Turn the ignition on without starting the engine. Press the gas pedal all the way to the floor and hold it there for 10 seconds. Release the pedal completely. Turn the ignition off and wait 30 seconds. Start the car and drive normally. This reset tells the computer to relearn the fully closed and fully open positions of the throttle body. Over time, carbon buildup and normal wear change these positions slightly, and the computer compensates. But sometimes it compensates too much. Resetting it fixes the problem without cleaning or replacing anything. Reset number 3. Transmission relearn for harsh or erratic shifts. This is the reset that saves people from unnecessary transmission rebuilds. If your automatic transmission or CVT is shifting hard, slipping between gears, or acting unpredictable, the transmission control module has probably stored bad adaptive data. Here's what this fixes: hard or delayed shifts, transmission slipping between gears, erratic shift points, rough engagement when shifting from park to drive. How to do it for most Toyotas, Hondas, Nissans, and Mazdas. Start with a completely cold engine. Don't drive the car first. Turn the ignition to on without starting. Wait 30 seconds. Start the engine and let it warm up to normal operating temperature without touching the gas pedal. This takes about 5 to 10 minutes. Once warmed up, shift through all the gears slowly, park to reverse, back to park, then park to drive, back to park. Do this 3 times. With the engine still running in park, turn off the ignition. Wait 30 seconds, then restart the engine. Drive the car normally, going through all gears from a stop to highway, speed at least twice. For Subarus with CVTs, warm up the car fully by driving for at least 15 minutes. Come to a complete stop on level ground. Shift from drive to neutral to reverse to drive, holding each gear for 5 seconds. Do this 3 times. Drive for another 10 minutes, accelerating from 0 to 50 miles per hour at least 5 times. I've used this reset on countless vehicles where customers were convinced they needed a new transmission. In about 80% of cases, the reset completely solved the problem. If you made it this far, then consider liking this video, giving it a thumbs up, and subscribing to my channel. This helps me bring you more honest car advice. Reset number 4. TPMS Sensor Relearn for that annoying tire pressure light. The tire pressure warning light is one of the most common dashboard lights people ignore, but it's also one of the easiest to fix. Here's what this fixes. Tire pressure light stays on even after filling tires. TPMS warning after rotating tires. Sensor error messages. How to do it. For most Toyotas and Lexus models, make sure all 4 tires are inflated to the correct pressure listed on the driver's door jamb. Turn the ignition on without starting the engine. Locate the TPMS reset button under the steering wheel or near the lower left side of the dashboard. Press and hold the TPMS reset button until the tire pressure light blinks 3 times. Start the engine and drive for 10 to 15 minutes. For most Hondas and Acuras, inflate all tires to the correct pressure. Turn the ignition on. Go to the Vehicle Settings menu on your infotainment screen. Navigate to TPMS Calibration and select Calibrate. Drive for 20 to 30 minutes. For Mazdas, Nissans, and Subarus, inflate tires correctly. Turn ignition on. Press the TPMS reset button until the light blinks. Drive for 10 minutes at speeds above 20 miles per hour. This reset saves you a $50 to $100 shop visit. Reset number 5. Idle Speed Relearn for high or fluctuating idle. If your car idles too high, too low, or bounces around between 500 and 1,500 RPM, the idle control system needs to be relearned. Here's what this fixes. High idle above 1,000 RPM when warmed up. Low idle or stalling at stoplights. Fluctuating idle speed. How to do it. Make sure the engine is fully warmed up. Park on level ground with all accessories off. Turn off the engine and wait 2 minutes. Start the engine without touching the gas pedal. Let the car idle in park or neutral for 10 minutes without touching anything. No AC, no radio, no lights. After 10 minutes, turn on the AC to maximum and let it idle for another 5 minutes. Turn off the AC and let it idle for 2 more minutes. Rev the engine to 3,000 RPM briefly, then let it return to idle. Turn off the engine. The idle relearn is complete. This procedure lets the computer relearn the correct idle speed for your engine with fresh air and fuel calculations. Works on most Japanese cars and fixes weird idle issues about 90% of the time. Reset number 6. Power window auto up/down reset. If your power windows lost their automatic one-touch up or down feature, you can reprogram them in about 30 seconds per window. Here's how. Roll the window all the way down using the switch. Pull the switch up and hold it to close the window completely. Keep holding the switch up for an additional 3 seconds after the window closes fully. Release the switch. The window should now automatically go up with one touch. Test it. Repeat for each window that lost its auto function. This reset is needed after disconnecting the battery or replacing a window motor. Reset number 7. Climate control reset for AC and heater issues. If your AC blows hot when it should blow cold, or the temperature control seems off, try this reset. Here's how. Turn off the car completely. Press and hold the AC button and the recirculation button simultaneously. While holding both buttons, turn the ignition to on. Don't start the engine. Keep holding both buttons for about 5 seconds until the climate display blinks. Release the buttons. The system will run through a self-diagnostic cycle. Turn off the ignition, wait 10 seconds, then start normally. This reset recalibrates the temperature sensors and actuators that control airflow direction and temperature. I've seen it fix blend door issues, temperature inconsistencies, and weird fan behavior without replacing any parts. Reset number 8. Steering angle sensor calibration. If your steering feels off-center, the stability control light is on, or the car pulls slightly to one side even with a proper alignment, you might need to reset the steering angle sensor. Here's how. Drive straight on a flat road. Turn the steering wheel exactly 1 full rotation to the left, then 2 full rotations to the right, then back to center. Drive straight for about 30 seconds, turn the car off, then restart it. For some Honda and Toyota models, there's a menu option in the vehicle settings to calibrate the steering angle sensor. Check your infotainment system under Settings, greater than Vehicle, greater than Steering Calibration. This reset tells the computer where the true center position of your steering wheel is. It's essential after an alignment, tire replacement, or any suspension work. Why mechanics don't tell you about these resets? Here's the uncomfortable truth. Mechanics make money fixing problems, not teaching you how to fix them yourself. If a customer comes in with a transmission that shifts rough, most shops will recommend a $400 transmission service or even a $4,000 rebuild. Why would they tell you about a free reset that fixes it in 2 minutes? I'm not saying all mechanics are dishonest. Most aren't. But the industry doesn't reward mechanics for efficiency. It rewards them for billable hours. That's why these resets are buried in technical service bulletins and factory service manuals. They exist. Toyota, Honda, Nissan, Mazda, and Subaru all know about them, but they don't advertise them because dealerships make a fortune on unnecessary services. When resets don't work, these resets fix adaptive learning problems, sensor calibration issues, and computer glitches. They don't fix mechanical failures. If you try a reset and the problem comes back immediately, you probably have a real issue that needs repair. A transmission reset won't fix a broken clutch pack. A throttle body relearn won't fix a clogged fuel filter. But here's the thing, you should always try the free reset first. If it doesn't work, you've lost nothing. If it does work, you've saved hundreds or thousands of dollars. Take control of your car. These 8 resets give you power. Power to fix your own car without relying on shops that might overcharge you. Power to diagnose problems before spending money. Power to know when a mechanic is trying to upsell you. Your Japanese car is a computer on wheels. Sometimes computers just need to be turned off and back on again. That's all these resets do. But that simple action fixes problems that other people pay thousands to repair. Now you know what mechanics don't want you to know. Use it. If you found these tips helpful, be sure to watch this next video as I am sharing insider tips to help you cut repair costs and keep your car running like new.